So we're back with lovely Penny Croal. It's Martina Foreman here, and thank you so much for tuning in again. It's great to see you again, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. And I'd like to introduce you to Penny Croal.
Hello!
The fabulous Penny Croal is an inspirational and international trainer of EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques, and mental health. Matrix re-imprinting as well, dare I forget. Anything else that I've missed?
No, not as a trainer.
Not as a trainer. Okay, so today we're going to find out a little bit about mental health, and just if you tell us where it came from, what it does, what it means.
Okay, I'm slightly just going to fan myself. I always feel myself blushing after Martina's fabulous introduction. So mental health, yes. The main organisation is Meta-Medicine, and this is a philosophy that the mind, the body, the environment and our spirit, our soul are all connected. Now, there's many of you that will be sitting out there, Martina, going, oh yeah, isn't that obvious? But actually, some people don't see it that way. And the allopathic, the Western doctors, the medical doctors in the West, think that our bodies just make mistakes. But we come from a philosophy that the body is too intelligent to do that. Because if you think of it, Deepak Chopra says that we have trillions and trillions of cells in our body, that all of what they're doing, we've got more cells in our own body than that's out there in the universe. And they're all working together. So why would they make a mistake? Suddenly just go, oh, we've made a mistake. So we put that across, and in my 2-day introductory workshops, they're quite fun. They're very hands-on, very integrative. Is that a word? Integrative?
That's integrated, yeah.
Yeah. We look at what's happening in the brain, because as we've evolved as an embryo, that's what's happening in our brain. And we look at which part of the brain is connected to which part of the organ or which tissue. And we find the conflicts.
So the brain develops at the same time as the body, so everything's connected.
Yeah.
So there's that connection there, and that's scientifically proven.
That is scientifically proven, and allopathic Western doctors will go, oh yeah, that's right. Okay. But there's something a little bit more to it, because from Heart Math Institute in America, we've realised that our first conflict or trauma, or UDIN as we say in mental health, which is an unexpected, dramatic, isolating incident that we have no strategy. It hits our heart first, it hits our brain, and it also hits an organ. And that is where the conflict and the illness will appear in that particular organ.
Right, okay.
So on this 2-day workshop, you can actually find out how to do this and come up with an analytical tool. This is not therapy, guys. This is for anybody, from the layman, for doctors, for psychiatrists, for anybody, for therapists, to actually truly understand. And for a long time, as a therapist, I worked with Louise Hay, who was just beautiful. But a lot of the times it wasn't resonating with my clients. And I think, but why? Louise Hay knows everything, but she intuitively channeled it. Whereas we're becoming much more specific here. So we're getting to the exact UDIN moment, that unexpected, dramatic, isolating incident, no strategy. And then we look at what people are eating, where they're living, what's triggering them, what's going on in their mind, and exercise. So we put it all together, all together even.
So sleep patterns and what's happening at work, what's happening with the family, and patterns of behaviour and beliefs, and that all gets funneled into a diagnostic system of some sort.
An analytical system.
An analytical system.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose.
Right. Okay.
But I do work closely with the medical profession, because I'm not a doctor. So we need the doctors to find out because doctors deal with symptoms.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at Merrick Manual, if I say that correctly this time, Merrick Manual, 99% of diseases cause states unknown. 99%.
99%.
So we're actually saying, let's deal with the cause rather than the symptom.
And this Merck manual is used by
the medical profession.
The medical profession. Okay, but let's let's go back and for any of those of you who are a bit unaware of Western medicine, allopathic medicine, it's based on the principles of Newtonian physics, which is cause and effect. So the modern medicine looks at you as though you're a machine, and your parts are interchangeable dependent upon blood type and various other factors. Whereas this way of thinking about the body and the mind and what happens is that a big circle, Penny?
Yeah, that's a big circle. Because we work with allopathic doctors.
Yeah.
Because if my cancer clients choose to go on chemotherapy, I work with them and support them. Yeah. So it's not about them and us, it's about working together as a whole. Okay. Integrating that holistic with allopathic, with just, we're just one big bubbling fabulousness. Okay. So just supporting that person throughout the process of disease.
Okay. And so this is for everybody, nurses, doctors, counsellors, psychotherapists, everybody and anybody who wants to support somebody's health.
That's just curious about your own health.
Or curious about your own health.
Just curious. I mean, health is, I think, and especially coming up now where we're becoming more conscious and aware, health is becoming the number one in our lifestyle. Do the city guys want to die, drop dead at 45? No, they don't. They, more well-being is coming into the corporate, so this is for corporate people. Yeah. This is for anybody that's just curious about their health.
Yeah. And it's also, I think it's really important to remember that, most of us, we don't value our health until we're, losing it or until something's gone a bit wrong. So for everybody who thinks, right, something's gone a bit wrong here, I want to fix it as quickly as possible, I want to avoid surgery, I'd like to avoid chemicals and drugs and everything. Is this a very useful tool to have?
Because we can look at a preventative way to keep ourselves healther as well, just to make ourselves more aware. I'm not a preacher, I'm a sharer.
Yeah. And we love it when you share, Penny. And you make us all laugh and you give us really, really good ideas and thoughts and things to work with and have a better life, because I think that's what's really important, isn't it? Just sort of improving quality of life and having your health obviously is fundamental to your quality of life. And if you're ill or you're trying to get your physical abilities back or whatever, then this would be something to interest you, I think, the mental health.
Definitely, because now the medical profession sees that stress does cause disease. However, why does we're all under kind of one kind of stress or another. Yeah. So why don't I have cancer? And I've never had cancer. In my family, that's quite a long history of generational cancer, but I've never had it. However, I've had 2 nervous breakdowns and Bell's palsy. So why does it affect each of us differently? Yeah. And you can find out this on the course. Yeah. And this course is really useful because it's a 2-day introductory workshop, and it helps you to just start to understand, what's going on, and it's, what's the next step after the 2-day? After the next step, if you want to take this further and become a mental health coach, then there's another 10-day intensive course. Yeah. However, come on the 2-day workshop to find out, because just something that curiosity, you can take that out with your clients, with your friends and family, and you'll have a better understanding. And isn't that what's so important in our life, is our knowledge? So over coffee, with your friend, you could say, I see you've got a bit of a skin rash there. And then you could say, well, have you been having problems with separations? Somebody left you? Did your boyfriend leave you? Or do you want to get rid of your boyfriend? Want to get rid of your boyfriend? And so it's something that, it's like a first aid kit. I think it's something that everybody can easily access. It's not, you don't have to be super brainy. If I can do it, anybody can do this. That's so lovely. And is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about your 2-day workshop? The dates are going to come up. I'm going to put them in a box. If you think, oh my God, Penny's in London, get 8 people together and I'll come to you. I love travelling, guys, and minimum 8 people, and I've trained in Aberdeen, I've trained in Denmark, I've trained, I can't remember, India, Las Vegas, we did that in the pool, don't even ask about that one. So I'll come to you guys, 8 people minimum, and I'll come to you. Okay, now there's an offer you can't resist.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Once again, Martina.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, darling.